Hi, good evening. Welcome to Edition for What It's Worth. I'm your host, Tommy Coletta. And, well, we got an election coming up. There's always an election coming up, but I just want to make a point here. I think elections, I think everybody out there, if you check the polls, a lot of people don't vote. And there's a lot of speculation that a lot of people don't vote because they don't care, they're apathetic, but also they feel no matter who you vote for, you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get that good old boy, run-of-the-mill thing, so why even bother going out? Well, the gentleman we have here tonight that I know personally, and I want to say he's that new wave that they don't play games. He doesn't that good old boy. He doesn't vote just because I'm going to vote for my party or another party or a certain nationality, a certain religion. This guy's straight up. He's going to vote whatever's the best for the community he's in, which is Worcester. Okay? And that's why I wanted him on the show when I heard he was running for city council. And the reason I say it's probably more important now to vote than maybe years ago because of the economy. We've taken a slide now, and education, you can see our schools, public schools aren't what they were maybe 30, 40 years ago. And so it's more important now maybe to get off your you-know-what and vote than maybe ever before, than maybe it was 50, 60 years ago, because maybe things just took care of themselves. There was plenty of money, we had companies, there was a lot of business, and now you got to kind of scratch and claw and use your imagination and be more creative of how you can create jobs and income or whatever. I'm talking a little too much here. He's probably standing here saying, geez, I thought the show was going to be me, and it's going to be my big mouth, so I'm back. Anyways, I want to welcome to the show Juan Gomez, how you doing? Welcome. And President and CEO of, you say it so nice. President and CEO, I'm going to say Central Las America, and I'm going to say it so gringo-ish American. I want to hear that nice way you say it. So beautiful.
You said it perfectly yourself, Central Las Americas.
They see that last, I like that. I like that. So, okay, welcome to the show, Juan. And you're running for city council.
Yes, I am.
At large.
Correct.
Now, explain to the audience, some people know it, some people don't know it. At large, what does that mean exactly, at large?
Right. So in our form of government, we have two types of members of the Worcester City Council. One is a district city councilor. There are 5 district city councilors, one in each of the 5 districts of the city. And there are 6 at-large city councilors, one of whom is also mayor of the city. Those 6 members of the city council get votes from all across the city of Worcester.
Okay, I see. And you're at large.
And I'm running to get on the Worcester City Council as an at-large member.
Okay,
correct.
Now you were on previously the city council.
That's correct.
What years was that?
Well, the last election which I ran for office for that I got on was in 1999. I actually came in 7th place. Stacy Du Bois Luster came in 6th place.
Yeah.
She was running for re-election. She was hired by the school department to become the director for human resources for the city, and she couldn't hold both a job by the city and be elected an elected official in the city. So she resigned in June or July. At the end of July of 2000, I took over. I ran for re-election in 2001, and I won. I ran for re-election in 2003, and I won and became vice chairman of the city council. The mayor at the time was Tim Murray. And then I ran in 2005, and I lost my re-election bid. So I served until January 2nd, 2006.
Now, I'm going to say, Juan, what I say to a lot of people when they come in here, why would anybody now want to run for public office? It's such, there's just a heavy burden. And I say, why would you want to do this? Because I know with the campaigning and this and everything you're going to go through, it's, you say you got a good job, a lot of status. Why would you say, I want to do this? Why would I want to take all this punching that you got to take and this and that? And what makes you want to go back here?
Precisely for that very reason, Tom. Thank you for asking the question. The fact is that not enough good people get involved in politics because politics nowadays is a dirty word. Because back in the day, people could go and have a significant debate on the council floor or in the state legislature or in Congress, and at 5 o'clock or at the end of the meeting go and have a beer or enjoy some fraternity or some partnership or a good relationship. And it was based on respect, and it was based on the issues, and it was based on debate Nowadays, it's very personal. And so we're not seeing a lot of people running for office, although I do have to say this year is going to be an anomaly, God willing, and thank
Really?
God for that, because there are going to be about 14 people or more running for at-large city council. But historically, because folks don't want to go through that. They don't want to go through all of the hassle of being questioned, their integrity, their background, getting personal, all the attacks. Because most people want to do what is easy, what is quick, and what gets the result, and that's an insult or a personal attack rather than an intelligent discourse and debate on the merits of issues. And because I am doing well, and because my kids are now grown up, they do live with me at 26 and 23. Thank God I'm done with
You got a
school.
26-year-old?
I do.
This guy looks 25 himself. You don't age. That's the last 20 years.
Right.
You still stay 26. What are we eating? I got to talk to you after the show and find out what this guy's eating. So, yeah, geez, you have a 26-year-old. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't look too bad yourself.
I know. Well,
Tom,
that's okay. That's
So-
my wife would say different than that. Okay,
Right.
she sees me in the morning. All right. So, anyways,
you
go
know,
on.
work is going well, thank God. I have a tremendous team of professionals that are helping and working and collaborating and moving the organization forward, helping a lot of needy people in our community. So work is well. My kids are great and they don't need me as much anymore. And so because my life was so monotone, I needed to complicate it. But all kidding aside, I love this city. I have served in many different capacities. And I think the time is right also because it has been 10 years. And it appears to me that the city has lost a great deal in those 10 years that I have not been involved in politics as a candidate, as an elected official.
Okay,
I think
before we
it's
go
time.
any further, see, I interrupt, but you have to get used to it.
Oh,
Then back there, I can say back there, he's done it again. The guy's talking, she's talking, and he cut in. It's my style, I can't
That's
help
all
it.
right.
12, 13 years, right, Shannon? You can't change me. All right. Let me ask you this. Let's give the audience some of your background. People out there that might not have known you from the past or whatever. You know, you grew up where?
Well, when we first came to Worcester was in 1974.
Yep.
It was my mom, my younger brother, and my younger sister, and myself. I'm the oldest of the three of us. Single mother, didn't know the language, didn't have any particular skills that she could use to get a job, and we went and lived in the projects, and she was on
What
public
area of the
assistance.
city did you live in?
In Great Brook. Valley.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and she was a cook and a domestic worker in Puerto Rico, and it was difficult for her to transition into the United States and have a skill that she could use because of the lack of language. So we went to live there, and I went to Clark Street School for a couple of years. Then we moved away, went to New York City, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and then we came back in 1980. And I've been here ever since. So I went to high school here. I went to Burnco for a couple of years.
Did you?
I graduated from Doherty High School. I graduated from Quinsigamond Community College with my associate's degree in business, my bachelor's degree in management from Assumption College, and my master's in public administration from Clark University.
Wow, you're a true success story. It tells you what you can do, like, again, through hard work and just fortitude. You're just, you know, I know what class guy you are. And you're the type of person that you won't let anything stand in your way. If there's a hill, you're going to climb it. You're going to climb
Well,
it.
you know, that was instilled in me when I joined the Marine Corps right out of high school.
Oh, you're in the Marines?
Yep,
Oh,
4.5
God.
years in the Marine Corps Reserve. I went through boot camp like everybody
Now
else.
I'm afraid you're going to beat me up
No,
if I say the wrong thing. Okay,
never.
I'm getting nervous.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Okay, all right. So, Clark University, Assumption. Wow, it's great. And all right. So right now, Central. How long have you been up there, up at the Central West America?
On March 19th, it was 8 years that I've been serving as the head of the organization.
Really? Yeah. And who had the job before you? See, because I was the employment director for Worcester Housing for 5 years, and I used to deal with somebody else before you came in.
Orlando Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, I forgot
And
the name.
before Orlando, it was Teresita Orozco for a little bit, Elmer Eubanks. We've had, Centro has had 9 executive directors in the 37 years, and I've been the longest serving.
Let's get a little background on it. How's the standing up there? How long has it been in existence? Everybody hears the name.
Centro has been around since 1977.
Yeah, okay.
When I took over in 2007, we had 23 employees. I was the 24th. 9 out of the 23 employees were working about 30 to 40 hours. The rest were either half-time or per diem. Today, we have 80 employees.
Wow.
We had a budget back in 2007 of 1.1, and we went through a difficult patch with the economy like everybody else. We were back at 1.1 in 2011. And since 2011, we have increased dramatically every year. So today, our budget, we're operating on a $5.6 million budget. We're projecting that our budget for 2016 fiscal year will be about $6.8 to $7 million.
Wow.
So we're working hard. We're serving a lot more people. We have programs and services and clients in 34 different cities and towns of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and 5 different counties.
Really?
Yeah, so
And you're located where?
and we're located at 11 Sycamore Street here in Worcester. That's where we've been since 1979. We have an office in Fitchburg at 437 Main Street in Fitchburg. And we have a program in Southbridge. And God willing, October 1st, if not before, we will have an office in Lawrence as well.
Well, okay, but you don't travel between those places. You're just in Worcester.
Oh, no, I visit those.
You got a both. Wow.
Yeah, I visit
wow,
those
you
places.
Got a big territory.
Not as often, but I
yeah,
do.
right. Wow, that's super. Wow. All right. Let's talk about what's going on. What are you about? What is because everybody who runs has some things that you have a priority for and other things. What are your priorities, Juan, you think is your top priority, what you're looking
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because a lot of times when people run for office, they're not sure exactly what they want to do, and they want to be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
And when I was in the council back then, and as I intend to be as I get elected, God willing, this November, I'm going to be focusing on 4 areas. I'm going to be focusing on public safety. I'm going to be focusing on bringing jobs to the city of Worcester and expanding the tax base. I'm going to be focusing on the quality of education that our kids are getting, and I'm going to be focusing on a government that is more representative and responsive of the people that it serves. I don't believe that is the case today. I believe we have a long way to go on all 4 of those issues, and that's what I intend to focus on. And in fact, yesterday we concluded the work that we were doing on drafting a complete and comprehensive economic plan for the city of Worcester. We will be actually rolling it out tomorrow at a fundraiser that we're having for business leaders at Luciano's at the Union Station. And we will be publishing that proposal or that plan, that economic plan, for everyone to see after that. And I got to tell you, I'm the first person ever to run for office in recent history that we can remember that has laid out specifically a plan on how he or she intends on meeting those objectives that that the candidate has set out. And I'm looking forward to working hard, with my colleagues once elected and other stakeholders to implement a plan. I hope it's most of the information that I've put together, most of the proposals that I'm laying out, but I hope to help put together a plan that will move our city forward.
Okay, Juan, let me ask you something. Public safety, what exactly is that? It's a vague word, and I think people hear it all the time, but what is public safety?
Public safety is a lot of things. Public safety is the feeling that an individual, a constituent, a citizen, a resident of our city feels like he or she is safe and his or her rights are being protected and preserved. And that's a big job.
Yeah.
That requires a lot of things. That's not just, having a strong fire force. That's not just having strong EMS. That's not just having a strong police department. But it's also making sure that the constituents, the citizens, the residents of our city feel like they're being well served and that they're being well protected. And so it's a big deal. That includes increasing the number of police officers that are on the police force, but it also includes increasing the number of minorities that are in the police department, including increasing the number of minorities that are in the among the ranks of the officers within the police department.
Okay.
Officials, I should say.
Juan and I talked a little bit before we came on the air about, and I think everybody, the good old boy system. I think we know what that's about. I've run into a stone wall, and I think maybe you have, with that little clique, and we've known about it for years, and you've probably run into it yourself, and you just couldn't get in. You were qualified, you knew you would work hard, and you were qualified, and yet you never could quite knock down that door, and you saw someone else get the job who wasn't that qualified, but they fit. Well, I think we all know it. You're probably all sitting home right now nodding your head. You probably knew someone else, a cousin, brother, an uncle, whatever, and you go, that happened to them, that happened to them, and they became discouraged. Well, I think that's another reason I've got Juan here tonight, is I know he's going to knock down those barriers so everybody's got a shot. Everybody. Even if your dad wasn't rich, you didn't own the grocery store or the hardware store or whatever, if you want to work hard and you got talent, you're going to get a shot. This guy's going to come in and see that you get a shot. You're not going to have to feel like, I'll never get in there because I don't have money, I don't know the right people, I'm not the right nationality. And you agree with that? That's what you stand for?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think one of the, and in fact, and the best predictor of an individual's performance is his track record or her track record. And I have proven that at Centro Las Americas. Even though this was an organization that was established in 1977, principally to serve the needs of the Latino community, we have seen the change in the demographic in our community. And one of the things that we were very clear on when I stepped in as the director was, A, we were going to serve everybody that came in through the door that had the need, and B, we were going to hire folks that were qualified, regardless of whether they are Latino or non-Latino, African-American, black, whatever.
They grew up rich or whatever. You were going to say,
if they have a talent
you got the job.
and they have a commitment to our clients, to our program, to our organization, and to his or her colleagues, they're going to be hired. That's the way we've done it, and that's what I hope to sort of inspire in the city family.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm talking to you people out there. It's very, very important. Worcester is now, like a lot of your cities, right now, they're at a turning point. Where are we going to go in the next 10 years? And these are the people, your city councilors and state reps, and these are the people that are going to be pulling the strings for you. So if you put the wrong people in, we're just going to slide downhill instead of going uphill. These are the people who've got to open up the possibilities. Worcester, I've always say this, we've had this on a million times. I'm probably driving them nuts backstage there. Backstage, I'm a musician, I think I'm backstage, in the booth. And we've talked about this a million times. Worcester, it's kind of got a can't-fail situation. We're no more than 2 hours, 3 hours from almost everything great in the world. Mountains, ocean, cities, New York, Montreal. Yet for some reason, our leaders are just, we don't have the right marketing people or whatever, or we don't love ourselves. That's one of the things. Worcester people don't love ourselves. It's real cool to bash it. Am I right? It's real cool. Am I right?
You are so right.
It's so cool to say, I ain't going down there, right? And yet people come from out of town, and they love the place. I walk around the track sometimes at WPI, for exercise. So a lot of the parents come. And they visit their kid. They'll stay over for the weekend. So you run into people, and they'll go like this, geez, they're visiting their kids. They go, what a great city, nice architecture. I love it down here. I like downtown. It's nice and clean. People are friendly. Yet, we will never say that. Someone from out of town comes here, and they say, oh, I love this, nice restaurants, da-da-da, this and that, a lot of culture. And yet, we say, we got nothing here. I wouldn't go in that city, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I talk about when I lay out not just my economic plan, but other proposals that I will put out. The fact is that we have a lot of great amenities and we have a lot of great people, but we're still not a great city.
Right.
And the reason why we're not a great city is because we don't have a comprehensive plan or cohesive plan that brings together a lot of the stakeholders to say, this is the direction we as a community want to go. When that happens, we will be a great city. And I think part of what people should look at this year, specifically in the municipal elections, is what are these candidates talking about? And not just beautiful sound bites, but what have folks laid out as their plans and what has been their contribution in the past to see and predict more or less their ability to succeed or the feasibility of this individual to succeed as an elected official. The other thing is, time in service is not enough to say this is a great person for our city to lead us. This is a great elected official. It takes a lot more than that to be a good leader.
Yeah.
And we need leaders elected.
Yeah.
We have enough followers. We need leaders elected.
I'll give you about those soundbites. I'm cutting in on them, but I should be running for office. I'm going to run. But here's
You
one.
still have time.
I was the assistant to John Frizzola, state rep, for 5 years, and so I used to go to the cover fam at the Chamber of Commerce meetings. I'd leave the place and I'd go like this. They give you all those great little sound bites. You'd swear we were Paris. I go like, they go in there and they say, oh, we got this and that and everything's perfect. And they go, see you later. They all shake each other's hands. All these people, pat each other on the back. They leave and they go, wait a minute. How come I don't see what they're saying?
Is that the same city that I live in? Look,
Yeah, right.
As I said before, Tom, there are a lot of good things that we have in our city. I mean,
Right.
we Hanover Theater, the Worcester Art Museum, the colleges and universities, the hospitals that we have, a lot of the other amenities that people either are or are not taking advantage of, but that are right here in our community. So we do have a lot of great elements that can help us and propel us to be a great city. We just have to act like it. We have to plan
I'm
for
gonna
it.
tell you know what I tell
plan
people?
plan
About a
your
plan?
work and work your
You
plan.
don't go somewhere unless you know where you're going.
Exactly.
You just don't get on any road. If you're going to go to the Cape, you're going to go to New York, get a certain highway. If you get on a highway that goes south, you're not going to get to Canada. And we don't have a plan. We don't have to say, we're going to get on this route and we're going to go here.
Right.
Right?
And that's what we've done at Centro Las Americas. I put a 3-year plan together, and I said to the board, I said, listen, I need your commitment that this is a 3-year commitment. If we put this plan in place, you're going to see the results. And that happened. Subsequent to that, we had another strategic session, and we put together another 3-year plan. And we are now taking advantage of the results because we planned our work and we worked our plan. That's what we have to do in the city of Worcester.
Okay, time's flying here. I bet you have you back before the election. Okay, schools, public schools. A lot of people hear a lot of things. They read the newspaper and they say, what's happening? What's your plan to clear up whatever's going on? I don't know exactly, but we hear a lot of stories. There's a lot of violence, this and that. What's causing it, and how are you going to correct it or feel you could be part of it?
First, let me start by saying that we have an overwhelming number of teachers who are doing a fantastic job,
Yeah.
who are working very hard every day to try and help these kids get an education. These kids meaning the residents, the citizens, the young people that are attending our schools. We have a significant number of children in our school system, over 20-something thousand kids in our schools. And it is not true that many of our schools are suffering. That's not true. But the schools that are suffering are having a tremendous impact in our perception as well as in the reality of our children because some of those schools are so large. So we have to, my plan that I'm going to put together with respect to the schools will look at what is working, not just in Worcester, but what is working in other municipalities that we could bring to Worcester to improve the quality of education that our children are getting. Central to that plan has to be strong commitment and support of the teachers, additional training, but there also has to be a discipline component to all of this. And I will be addressing that in our plan. I look forward to it, and I look forward to
I'm going to have it back
with
on. Time's flying. I want to get to our little thing at the end of the show. I got to pick his brain. I'm curious what he likes and doesn't like. First, you've got a fundraiser Friday, May 1st.
That's correct. My birthday.
Maxwell Silverman.
Yes, my birthday is April 27.
You're a Taurus.
Yes, I am.
Oh, boy.
That's why I'm
You're
so
tough.
driven.
You're so driven,
I am.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly, right. Okay.
But
Friday, May 1st.
right. So Friday, May 1st, Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito has
Yep.
agreed to headline a fundraiser for me, and it's going to take place at Maxwell Silverman's.
Good.
Now, the first part of the event is going to be, the political piece with the fundraising
Right.
and all of that. But after that is going to be a fantastic party. I hope you and your wife
I'll
come
be
and
there.
stay and dance
I'm
with
going
us.
there because we need a change, and this is the guy. He's going to take our quiz now. He's not getting out of here
Thank you.
without that. And again, I shouldn't have had him on. I didn't realize. You know, I don't like people who dress better than me. And I saw him come in the studio. I goes, geez, I got to cancel this show. Look at the guy. It's making me sick. He's 25 years old and he dresses better. I can't stand it. Okay, ready, buddy?
I'm ready for you.
Favorite all-time TV show?
Movie, Godfather.
Okay, that's a big one here. TV show?
L.A. Law.
Oh, wow. Favorite food? You don't eat one thing the rest of your life?
Mango. There's this thing called mango, which is a Dominican meal made out of mashed plantains.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow. Favorite music? The type of music or style?
80s R&B. I can dance all night.
I like that too. You're right. You're right. There's a special sound. You can't kill it. I'm a musician. You play anything for people going to dance. If you play it for that time period, they're going to get up. You're right. You're right about that. Okay, favorite place vacation?
There are two places. One is in Sosua, which is north of Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. And the other is in El Yunque, which is in the natural forest in Puerto Rico. So one of it's in Dominican, the other is in Puerto Rico.
Okay, I smoke cigars, Dominican, best cigars. Better than
Yes.
Cuban. People don't believe me when I say that. Best cigar in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite actor?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Okay, favorite actor. You like the Italian stuff. I like this guy. Favorite actress?
Raquel
actress.
Welch. To continue on that,
Actress?
Raquel Welch.
Oh, geez.
She was Italian.
Well, that's right.
Most people don't know that.
Boy, this guy's smooth. Okay, what do you like about Worcester?
The people and the amenities we have in our city.
All the possibilities, right? What bothers you about this area?
The lack of a comprehensive plan and
right.
direction for our city, and that's why I'm running for office, and that's why I hope that everybody looking at this message and listening will pay attention during this campaign season and vote for me.
Very good. Thanks for coming. We'll have you on again.
My pleasure.
Go out for this guy. We need a change. See you later.